Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. A lot happened some few hours ago in Kogi Central. Of course, there's been this back and forth movement between the government of Kogi. Of course, the person of Senator Natasha made a lot of allegations against the Kogi State Governor, former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello, and the Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Of course, she arrived during the rally, one of the biggest rally, I must say. She arrived in the rally with a helicopter, saying there was really no access road to her constituency, but she made a lot of statements. But right now, Inec, this is latest, and this is also breaking. Inec has said to decide, Inec is about to decide the fate of the senator. Don't also forget that the likes of Professor Udinkalu mentioned something unique on the social media platform, that there is an irrepressible problem that the person or Senate President cannot, a big problem that he cannot repress, and that problem's name is Natasha. That's one senator who was genuinely elected without rigging, something that Godswill Akpabio and even Yahaya Bello cannot boast of, just quoting the words of Professor Odinkan. But this is what may likely be the fate of Senator Natasha, the political figure of political future of Senator Natasha representing Kogi Central Senatorial District is now in the hands of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Inec, which is set to verify a recall petition within 90 days. Now, constituents from the district submitted the petition last week, accusing the senator of gross misconduct, abuse of office, and deceit. To trigger a referendum, the petition requires more than half of the registered voters' signature in Kogi Central, a condition that must be met for Inec to proceed. And the petition comes after Senator Natasha was suspended from the Senate on March 6 following a disagreement with Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Now, the signatures were collected from 902 polling units across the 5 local government areas of the district. If verified, Inec will announce the referendum schedule, marking a critical moment in the senator's career. Now, however, if the petition fails to meet the necessary threshold, Inec will issue a notice confirming the insufficiency of support. Experts, including Debo Adeniran of the Center for Anti-Corruption and Open Leadership, suggest that the recall process is often complex and challenging, but vital for strengthening Nigerians' democracy. And the advocacy group like the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center argue for a national debate to streamline the recall procedure, ensuring that it is grounded in legitimate public concerns. The upcoming decision will test Nigeria's democratic practices, as the outcome of the recall could set a precedent for future legislative recalls. I can tell you for free, Nigerians will definitely begin the recall process, one that has not become common in Nigeria. But meanwhile, the government of Ododo have decided to respond to what Natasha did some few hours ago. The Kogi State Commissioner for Information, Kingsley Fanwo, has accused Natasha of inciting the public against Governor Usman Ododo, and is insisting that all government personnel should go into democratic dialogue and not incitement. It did not also sit well with the National Human Rights Commission. That's the former chairman of the National Human Rights Commission, talking about Professor Chido Udinkalu, who has claimed that an alleged political conspiracy between Senate President Godswill Akpabio and former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello has encountered a formidable challenge in the person of Senator Natasha. Udinkalu made this assertion in his post on the social media handle, stating that Senator Natasha's growing political influence has become a major obstacle for both Akpabio and Bello. His comment followed the overwhelming reception the embattled Kogi Central Senator received from her supporters during her visit to the state on Tuesday. Now, despite a government-imposed ban on rallies and processions, supporters from the 5 local government areas of Kogi Central trooped to Ihima in Okehe local government area to welcome Senator Natasha, defying restrictions on political gatherings. The turnout underscores her strong grassroots appeal and continued political relevance in the state. Reacting to the development, Odinkalu accused Akpabio and Bello of electoral manipulation while praising Senator Natasha for her alleged commitment to free and fair elections. He said, in Kogi, let me quote word for word, he said, in Kogi, the criminal conspiracy of Senator Akpabio and Yahaya Bello Kogi has run into an irrepressible problem. The name of that problem is at Senator Natasha Akpoti. This woman won an election without rigging, something that neither Akpabio nor Yahaya Bello can do. You see the crowd. I must say the crowd is quite overwhelming. Although Nigeria we are known to hire crowd, politicians like this very dirty ability of always hiring crowd. But this particular crowd, you're saying, despite a ban, there was actually restriction, curfew made by Ododo. And there was this allegation the person of Natasha said that they asked Ododo, allegedly so, that asked Ododo, can we do the needful? Ododo said, well, that woman is a woman of grassroots. She holds her constituency tight. That would be an impossible move, if not nearly impossible. According to her, allegedly so, that there's some powerful politicians who don't believe in the word impossibility. What money can do, what money cannot do, I can tell you for free that more money can do it. And that's literally doing the needful. And Inec is now saying, look, we're going to do the verification in 90 days. We'll go through another process. And this is actually the latest on Inec table. Senator Natasha believes in impossibility. She believes in miracles. When Arise Television anchor journalist, I'm talking about Rufi Fire, said something unique. He said it would take a miracle for them not to recall Senator Natasha. She said, well, all her life she has lived a life of miracles. She has believed and lived in the miraculous. And yes, another miracle is about to take place. And she won an award for being very bold and courageous. She said a lot of things that the judge who was supposed to be handling her case recalled himself because he was receiving unknown calls, and he didn't have he understood with him, he's not a politician, but he prayed also for him that God blesses him. There's still some very honest people in the judiciary, according to her, just quoting her words, paraphrasing her words, but she only hoped that he was bold enough to carry through. But whatever the case is, this is a politician. I can tell you for free that Senator Natasha is a grounded politician. Take her for granted to your peril. That's okay to wrap it up. Let's meet in our conversation. What's your take? Do you think Inec would? Do you think Godswill Akpabio and the likes will succeed in the first recall ever that will take place in Nigeria? And if it succeeds, I believe very strongly that the process of recall will begin, not only for Natasha, now for all erring senators. So they're just showing us exactly the process on how to make this happen. Let's go wrap it up. Let's